Okay, but then that next year, everything changed. You actually got the NBA Most Improved Player Award.
Mm-hmm.
And when the rookie-sophomore game during All-Star Weekend, you got the Most Valuable Player in that whole thing. So you really completely stepped it up.
Yeah. The middle of my freshman rookie year, I'm learning how to be a pro. And then that summer, I'm working with Chris Mullin. So Chris Mullin's teaching me, the half-court game, how to be a pro, like the do's and the don'ts of just life, period of being a basketball player. He was telling me his story about, he dealt with alcoholism and it stopped him from drinking because he was in a gym. So he'd just sit in the gym. Whenever he had urges, he'd just go to the gym. And he said, this is my safe haven. This is where I put all that energy. So that's what I knew. So that summer, I stayed in Oakland and I just trained my ass off because my position wasn't safe. I'm second round pick. I'm not the future for you guys. So, they want a kid named Jason Williams, from Duke, who was coming in. So now I'm praying on draft night that we don't get the second pick. So, once we dodged that bullet, we got 3. I'm like, okay, now what's next? And I remember Golden State dropped the ball on this. After my rookie season, we went to them and I tried to get a 7-year deal for $24 million.
Mm-hmm.
And they is basically like, laughed. I was trying, 7 years, because back then it was 7 years. So 7 year, $24 million. They were like, nah, right? Like, so I trained that summer. And then, we got a new coach, Musselman. And we had a little a rough start and opinions of how we should be playing this season.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing guy, and I think the butting of the heads really changed both our perceptions. Like, I want to play basketball. I don't care about politics, And he's like, well, I'm supposed to not play you because, your contract's coming up and you're playing above, and I'm like, well, what the fuck does that got to do with me playing? I don't give a shit about that.
If y'all want to win or not.
I was like, that's what I said. Don't you want to win? We win, you look good, and then it was like, so I made it like, yo, I'll stop passing and I'm just going 1-4 flat for the time I'm in. I'm averaging 19 right now. I'm going to stay that. I don't need assists and rebounds anymore.
That's crazy.
And then, then we got Earl Boykins, which was his guy. And Earl was like, no, let that young boy rock. And then, Musselman let me rock. And, then I just, my game just shot up.